another 3-2 game, and the French has been treating us well, so we'll go with another French. And we have an advanced variation. I'm going to go with my favorite knight e7 line and knight a3. Unfamiliar with that, so I'm going to go with a natural move and see what he does. That. Okay. I'm going to wait for him to move the bishop before I go bishop a6. That way, if he takes, he moved the bishop twice and lost a tempo. Save to castle. The sack doesn't work. And I think I just need to put him back. He set up this defensive structure here, so I don't see him attacking me. So I'm thinking of, if I can arrows, queen c8 to queen a6 to just utilize this better structure. And yeah, if he was aggressive, he would get the knight out of the way and play f4, but without the light square bishop, the sting of any attack on the king side is really just taken out. So we have the ability to just slowly and gradually improve from equality here. All right. If you're going to trade, it is going to help me. Okay. Not liking it as much as I did. Don't know why the queen's over there. You don't have any backup. But I could say the same thing about my queen right now. Knight e3. No, go away. Queen e2 is interesting, but he has rook c1. How about queen d3? And the lady enters the fray. Okay. I'm liking it a bit better now. Not often you get to put a queen on f5. I am not liking this at all. I'm going to offer that because I was worried if queen h5, he has something like queen h2 and followed by g4, and it gets much nastier than I would like. Okay, so let's start to bail out of this. Yeah, something feels off. And we should respect our feelings. Not much of a decision here, unless you're going with that. If queen there. We'll be provocative, it's fine. Draw, no. We like to play chess here. Really? So I spurn the draw offer and you blunder almost immediately. Sounds about right. He wants to go there, so we're going to let him just to get good pieces. You want the A pawn, you can have it. There. That changes things. Now I like my pieces a lot. Time management needs work. Is it winning? Not sure. Let's do that first. When in doubt, do this. Queen g6, a big threat. He doesn't have rook a8 because of the knight. Yeah. Obliged to trade down into the lost ending. Ooh. I figured him for a check first. Knight d2. Hopefully he trades. Doesn't look like it. The pawn is perfectly placed because it keeps his knight out from ever getting to the base. And no way to hold this. That pawn falls. Rook e4 being the key idea. Or does it? No need to hurry. Get a little extra time here. My rook is perfectly placed. That's how we do it. And this is where you fall down. Okay. So let's go through this game. Very solid game. Knight a3. That one I don't think is going to make it into the book though. It's just passive for white. I understand the point to overprotect the center, but if you have white, you have the first move, you have the initiative, and then you turn around and make a couple of defensive moves, you've given away your white pieces and your advantage. So once I'm safe, now it just becomes a game of jockeying and who can play better in the equality. So my opponent started to get a little something going. Queen b5, go after the b pawn. That makes sense. And I wasn't so worried about this because I knew he would never be able to get the counterplay. And I can go rook c7, rook f7, or rook c8 rather, and maybe knight a5, and poke and prod until I get something. Yeah, and I think it was right here I was thinking, and my opponent offered a draw. And I definitely feel that, like, Kasparov had a philosophy on draw offers, and it's when, as my opponent is like sending another challenge, his philosophy on draw offers was you should only offer a draw when you are better, but you cannot win. So say it's a king and pawn in game, and you know it's a draw, and your opponent is showing that it's a draw. You have the king and pawn, your opponent just has the king. His philosophy was if you are ever on the losing or worse side and offer a draw, you're essentially begging for a draw. So I like to stick to that mentality. Of course, there are Trojan horse draw offers and things like this, but this is the lower rated player with white who doesn't know what to do in the position, essentially, is offering a draw. That's one of those things that it stinks of fear. So that makes me, as the higher rated player, want to play on because it shows that the lower rated player does not have confidence in their abilities to try to put me away here. So I'm never going to take a draw offer under those circumstances. A3, knight d3, and yeah, like I said, he blundered immediately, but then I'm so focused on the disdain of my opponent that I just missed the simple knight f4 and knight e2. Yeah, pathetic. Knight takes b2, and b5 was good. Knight c4 was good. Takes was good. Why don't you just take the free pawn? But 21 seconds, I was starting to focus a bit on time, so I was looking to bail out to make sure that he had no counterplay. So rook c7, queen takes e3 immediately is good. He allowed it again. And matter of technique at this point. So, feel a sneeze. Oh, bless me. All right. And another technique point. I don't know. There's really not much that can be done here. But when you're up material, trade down. When you're down material, try to keep complications. But I guess the knight couldn't do anything. And I gave a little bit more play than needed. Rook g7. Oh my god. I would have definitely broken something. Rook g7. Classy. Classy computer with the stalemate tricks. That's why you play on even in ridiculously busted -5 positions, because the natural move, wow, that is a bolt from the blue right there. But time. I find that I'm pretty much up on the clock when I'm playing 3-0 because I know I have to move, but I have a false sense of comfort with 3-2 where I think too much. So we see me just mop up without giving counterplay here. Yeah. Interesting game overall, though. The knight a3 by my opponent.